I'm gonna make this video on the fly right quick because I'm walking and I don't see any benches. But let's get just straight to the point. Most of you guys stop yourself from living, and when I mean living, I mean from taking that next step forward. And so most of you guys exist in this parameter of self-limitation. So everything you do, everything that can bring you forward and induce more life into your existential experience, you neglect and you limit yourself. And there's, certain limitations that you apply to yourself. Most of you guys say you can't do it before you even try. And so you said you wanted to go to the gym, you said you were going to quit the addiction, and every time you failed, and then we wonder why. It's because you didn't actually put your best effort in. Most of you guys believe you're going to get the best outcome with this 10% bullshit of effort. But the work ethic that you put into the problems you need to solve in your life is a reflection of your soul and a reflection of how much you care about your own life. And so when we look at you and then we realize that, you're at this level where you believe your own worth is so insignificant to the point where you won't even try to get to the next level. And then when you say you tried, it was really some 10% bullshit, which is bullshit, but you made an excuse just to try and prove yourself that you could when you believe you couldn't. And so most of you guys say you're gonna try, but before you said you were gonna try, you already had the preconceived notion that you were gonna fail. And so this is where you have to truly question yourself if you're giving this 10% bullshit for the life that you only live once, or are you waking up every day and pursuing the best version of you? Most of you guys live on this fucking drifting in the ocean bullshit, like Napoleon Hill said himself, you're just a fucking float in the ocean going nowhere. And so if you want to actually have a life that you believe is worth living by the work you put into it, because you have to understand that if you believe you're meaningless, well, you're going to reflect that with the habits you indulge in. You're going to reflect that with your existential behavior and the way you navigate yourself around life. And so if you're going to sit there and poison yourself with a bottle, passively kill yourself with a vape, well, that's a reflection of the worth that you believe you're worth. If you believe you're worth more, you wouldn't do that shit. And matter of fact, you would stop immediately and start moving in the direction of your development. And so we can sit here and we can say words, or you can just look in the fucking mirror, confront that pussy, and do some shit to fix some shit. All of you guys say you're gonna do this and do that, and then you give this 10% bullshit, and then when you see someone who exceeded your limitation that you prescribe to yourself, you now have some way to feel about it, and you get envious and jealous. But all we did was outwork you where you gave up. When you said you couldn't, that's when we said we could. And when you broke, that's when we found out we were fucking unbreakable. And so every day you make the excuse to say the same low-level piece of shit. Is every day we made the excuse to not be excused of what the fuck we had to do. And so what the fuck we did was just continue enduring when you gave up. And so you have to truly question yourself, and you have to scrutinize yourself. Most of you guys scrutinize everyone else. What is their life what's going on in their life? What the fuck are they doing? But you never actually looked in the mirror and reflected upon yourself. And now you're this fucking machine that just projects their internal conflict on every fucking external object that they come in contact with. And so it's very simple. If you have an internal fucking invocation to move yourself in a certain direction, you have to understand that the body that you want is a must. If your soul says this is what I want, then why the fuck are you not getting it? And then you wonder why you feel like shit. It's because you rather sit there, pick up a bottle, passively poison yourself, and actually pursue your fucking goals. And so most of you guys distract yourself, retract yourself, and then end up as this fucking subtractive individual, an accumulation of just a waste of fucking time and energy. I mean, you have to understand that every time you waste your time, you waste your life. And so you guys sit here in this comfort zone, and you clock in, you clock out, and you don't do anything to get to that next level. And so the whole purpose is to get to the next fucking level. And if you can't get to the next fucking level, well, you're gonna die a low-level piece of shit. And you're just gonna see what the fuck you're not every time we step into your fucking existential awareness. I'm tired of you guys seeing this soft-ass, pussy-ass motivation shit. Get the fuck up, or you're gonna die a bitch. No one gives a fuck. It's that fucking simple. In the fucking game of life, in the game of consciousness itself, you're experiencing the reflection of you. Your external reality is a fucking reflection of you. And if you're suffering, or if you don't like if you're bored in life, that's a reflection of you. You don't have shit to do? What the fuck is wrong with you? You know how much shit people have to do in life, and then you're sitting here saying you have nothing to do? The reason you have nothing to do is because you haven't actually reflected on yourself on what you can improve. If you knew you had to improve something, you would be improving on it, and you would have something to do. And then when you're bored, this is when you start to pick up the bottles and you start to navigate. This is why I say you need to replace your negative habits, not just sit there and think that stopping or withholding is going to do anything. All you're going to do is make the desire worse. You need to replace your habits. And the reason you don't know what to replace is because you don't reflect enough. You have to understand that, get to the level of development where you look in the mirror, you see every flaw, and you start to perfect. All of you guys think you're perfect when you're a big ball of shit. And so we have to truly reflect on our character and, perfect from there. You're going to sit there and never reflect on and be a big ball of shit. I mean, look at your body. And then you're going to sit there and pretend you're perfect. You're going to sit there and pretend you're him when you're not. It's very fucking simple. Look in the mirror and confront that pussy. And if you have an addiction, you're failing at being a fucking monkey, because the monkey is sober and fit. And if you're not sober and fit, you're failing at being a fucking monkey. If the primate is sober and fit and you're fat and addicted, you are inferior to a monkey. Every day you must wake up with the intention to be the best version of you. If you can't do that, you are rendered inferior to the ones that do. Your life is a reflection of you. Is that what the fuck you're okay with? Well, then that's what the fuck you're worth. So we're gonna treat you so. It's that fucking simple.